Woo! Well, hello there, everybody. How is it going? I'm pretty pumped up about today's video, I'm not gonna lie. I'm raising the roof, I'm excited. And even though this is not a lesson, I do have a free guitar course you can download. I had some issues with the link before, earlier in the week, but have no fear, they are all fixed, so if you want to check that out, ba-bam, it's right here. So, what are we talking about? Well, I've done plenty of videos where, essentially, I just turned all of my amps on 10. I'll link that video in the cards and stuff like that. It was so much fun, you know, it genuinely was. I love that experience, but it kind of got me thinking today. I was like, you know what, do amps really sound better on 10, or is that just the stereotype? I thought, you know what, because of I use a 2-note Torpedo Live, I can turn my amps on 10 without deafening myself, unless I want to deafen myself. Then I have an amp cabinet. But I'm going to choose to go through that one, and I'm just curious to know what you guys think. That I'm going to use my Marshall, which is a 50-watt amp, and my orange Reverb 50, which is a 50-watt amp. And I'm going to play them both on 3, and then I'm going to play them both on 10, and let me know what you think. Now, I am going to be running a TC Electronic Hall of Fame reverb into the Marshall. The Reverb has its own reverb, which is amazing, so it doesn't get any extra reverb. But I will also be using a Tube Screamer, an 808, in front of this Marshall and the orange as well. Just, you know, why not? So here is the Marshall. Like I said, it's on 3, the gain is on about 8. The Marshall doesn't have a lot of distortion to it. I'm being honest. It's in 50-watt mode. So this is where I think the Marshall sounds the best. This is a personal preference of mine. Here is the Marshall with the Tube Screamer added in there. So there's that one. So now let's turn the amp on 10 and see, now that we're getting a lot more of that power amp section in there, let's see what it kind of does to the tone, and you decide, do you like it better? Okay, so I did have to turn my monitor volume down, but everything else is exactly the same. A lot more saturated. I had to make sure I didn't have my pedal on. A lot more saturation. So we had that going on. That's interesting. Listen to how more kind of like present the reverb is. Huh. That's interesting. So that's interesting. Listen, like I said, it really filled out that reverb. So maybe one of you guys can explain that. I'm not like an amp person, but interesting. It made that reverb so strong in it. So anyways, let's switch over to the Reverb and see how it does. Whew, working up a sweat switching these amps around. So yes, now we have the orange. Again, I kind of have the gain scaled back a little bit on it to try to make it similar to the Marshall. But so here it is. Again, volume right around 3. In the full power mode, so it's full 50 watts right now. And everything on the 2 notes is exactly the same. So. time this baby. So again, you know, it's got some reverb and stuff like that on it. Turn it up. And let me, yeah. The, Orange has a little bit more power to it than the Marshall. So that's kind of crazy. The Orange and the Marshall are both 50 watts. The Orange has so much more power to it. I had to add an extra 3 dB cut to get it to not clip. Ooh, see, I think this sounds better. So that's crazy. Now, I like the Orange better turned up than the Marshall. I thought the Marshall lost a lot of definition. Now, it does need to point it out. These are vastly different price pointed amps. You know, the Marshall, I believe, is made in Indonesia, and this is, you know, a real Orange Reverb Mark III. Quality components, I would say, are pretty far apart. The Reverb is definitely substantially more, you know, it's just a better made amp. But the Marshall sounds great. I think it sounds better turned down, actually. And the Orange, I think, sounds great down, even better up. And what I like is it didn't give me an overwhelming amount of that reverb. So maybe it has something to do with the Marshall having the reverb in the loop and the Orange having the reverb built in. But it sounded really good. I forgot to use the tube screamer on the Orange. So here it is all the way turned up, and I'll turn the Orange back down. It's out of tune. And let's turn the Orange back down. I think I had that like it was before. I can't believe how much more power the Orange had. And then with the tube screamer. I think the tube screamer sounded better on both with the amps turned down. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Which one did you like them better turned up or down? Like I said, for me, I thought the Orange sounded best loud, and I thought the Marshall sounded best actually turned down. So overall, I think the Orange actually sounded better than the Marshall. They just sound different, I should say. I shouldn't say one's better than the other. But, you know, they're both killer amps. So until next time, guys, I'll be seeing you all later. Peace out, homies, and keep on rocking. Woo!